Hello everybody and welcome back to Collecting and Hobbies. Today we're going to do a review over the brand new Black Series Walmart exclusive Sergeant Jin Erso. Oops, a little bit of light there. Now if you're wondering, that picture right there is different in the 6-inch version. Two different pictures, but they have the exact same thing right here. Just like the STCC one. Highly skilled soldier in the Rebel Alliance, Jin Erso is an impetuous, defiant warrior eager to bring the battle to the Empire. Jin has little patience for debate within Alliance High Command, enough so that she takes matters into her own hands. And there she is actually out of the box. I already took her out of the box. I ran out of room on my memory card when I shot it full HD. And so here's the figure outside the packaging. And one thing you might notice, she's a little bit different than, say, the regular version. 5 points of articulation version. And the Wave 2. Our head does look, similar. But you see there's a difference between the lipstick. And this head seems to be a little bit bigger. I took the scarf off of this one just to see if it would fit on her, and it does. It actually fits easier on this one because her head's a little bit smaller. Now, one major difference is she's not wearing green. She doesn't have the jacket on under her vest in this one. She like this. She doesn't have the jacket with the Han Solo stripes. She has the same pistol though. One thing about this particular figure, they glued it down. They glued down the holster and put the strap as paint, which I'm not a fan of because it hinders the articulation in the thigh. There's also a lot of extra paint on her, little paint splotches right in there. That's not supposed to be there. There's on her wrist. They actually painted this where the arm is this color, and they painted the skin, skin color, and then they painted the brown for her glove, the wrist part, over top of that, because you can see there's paint right there. It's not supposed to be there. It's skin colored on the wrist part of her glove, and it shouldn't be there. So I thought it was like extra skin color paint. I was trying to scratch it off, but they actually painted the brown last because they painted the wrist first. So if I try to scratch off that skin color, I'm scratching off the brown to expose more skin color. So that's not good. And it kind of reminds me of G.I. Joe, the way it's, these legs are. And I noticed she had some more paint on the back of her right there. It's not supposed to be there. Tried to scratch that off, but it won't come off. Her gun fits in there relatively easy, and this is the gun she comes with. It's actually 3 pieces. Her pistol, then you put the butt part of the gun. There's a little tab there. I'm not sure why that's there. And then you put this on the other side of it, and it looks really cool. Now she can't really hold it with 2 hands because she only has swivel wrists. There's no joint that goes in and out or anything. They just turn. which is, if you don't already have this one, the regular version. See, like that, they just turn. You might not even know that she has that, but she does. This one has 7 points of articulation instead of 5. The regular version does not have that. She just, right here, leg, and ball jointed head. But she has a working holster, and so does this one. And this gun has a little bit wider of a handle than the Wave 2 version. This is Wave 2. You might not have ever seen Wave 2. I've never seen it in the store, but because I'm a retailer, I actually see these. I have, multiple cases of them, sell them. Although they're pretty easy to find on eBay. You can get her for about $10 or less. So, as far as her articulation goes, she has a ball jointed head, ball jointed shoulders, and a hinge. Same with her elbows, swivel wrists. She has a ab crunch type thing. You can go all the way around. There's her ball jointed hips. She does not have articulation at the waist. Kind of looks like it because of the way the two different colors go together. The vest will come off if you really wanted to stretch it out and pull it off. It's not glued down. And then she's got ball jointed knees, and then she's got ball jointed. What do you call it? Ball joint with the swivel. They can go up and down like that, but she does not have ankle rockers, which would help because this figure is kind of hard to stand up, especially with the gun. Wow, I got her all twisted up here. You can hardly tell, you can barely tell the difference between the front and the back on this joint. But she stands up better if she doesn't have anything on her to weigh her down, because she's very light, extremely light. Matter of fact, this one feels like twice as heavy. And this one's even heavier because it's got all that rubber, the coat. But so all three of those figures right there, those are all three of the Jyn Ersos that exist at the moment. There is one where she's wearing the Imperial Ground Crew suit. It's not a TIE Fighter suit. It's just an Imperial Ground Crew trooper. The one, the jetpack in Wave 1. It's that figure. She even comes with that helmet. And yes, it comes off. You can put it on and off of her head. So, well, as far as I know, it looks is that way. Or you can switch out the heads, one or the other. But she comes with two different. She comes with her regular head and her helmet. So, yeah, my overall impression of this particular figure, it was very well, I guess. It's got a lot of details to it. It's the only version of her like this without the green jacket. She does not have that Han Solo looking stripes on her. She doesn't have the green jacket underneath her vest on this one. She's all gray. So if you really wanted to make her like a this actually goes to the other figure. But if you really wanted to, these are very hard to get off, by the way. Whether it's the little one or the big one, it doesn't matter. It's very if you really wanted to take this jacket off, then she kind of looked like a Bespin Han. I guess it'd be the only way. Be the only figure besides the new Hot Toys one or whatever it's called coming out that has it where you can, have her without her green jacket or her vest on. That'd be the only other way to have her display her in that outfit. I was about to put this in her hand, but it fell off. Let's see. So, give you a little preview of. It fits better in this hand because it's kind of got a big grip. This finger is actually, she's got a trigger finger on this side for when she's holding the pistol. So, yeah, she's pretty cool. She's a pretty cool little figure. I think she's kind of, I'm a little disappointed because of this. They could have just made that a strap. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, they did do it. It appears that they did it on here on the 6-inch Black Series one. So it can move because it hinders their articulation, but yeah, at least this is cool that she comes with this. That you can make it a rifle. I think that rifle looks really awesome. It's really cool looking. It's got a lot of detail to it. That part right there, just that little, kind of reminds me of the Bespin weather vane things hanging down from Bespin and Empire Strikes Back. When Luke falls down. So I mean, she's got a little paint. Man, look at that. Her leg is actually backwards right now. I didn't even notice that because her thing there. There we go. Think. Where is it? Wow. Oh, you know what? That's not paint. That's a date code. That's not a splotch. It is a splotch right there, though. This side. That's not supposed to be there. But this part, that is supposed to be there. There's a date code right there. It says 62381. That's her date code. And I got another smaller one. This one says 62491. That's Lando. Which is kind of surprising. I guess they come in the same assortment now. I guess Lando's in that assortment too. So there's no detail at all whatsoever on these upper joints right here. So it's hard to tell where this is supposed to be. Because I had that actually backwards. But this part is so loose and so easy to turn that, and then this one doesn't move at all because it's glued down on this side. So it's kind of strange. But, and as far as the likeness goes, if you really look at it from certain angles, like compared to a picture, I mean, you can see the indentions like in person underneath your eyes to make it look like your cheeks are kind of chubby, and yeah, but it's kind of there. But I wouldn't. I don't know. A lot of people say they like it better than the 6-inch version and the other versions. Her eyes, I would say, aren't quite as big, and her eyebrows are more the way they should be. If you look at the lips are very different. It looks a little bit smaller. This one's more bigger. This has just got bigger head overall. Well, yeah, the face is wider. You got more face, more cheeks on the little one. This one's much more firm and sturdy. This one feels a little odd. I wish this one had more articulation though. But anyway, I would say because of the likeness and the glued down, they kind of cheaped out on that. They would, I don't know. I just There's no detail in here. Kind of looks like a GI Joe. They do that on all the Gen Ersos for some reason, or the super articulated ones, making it a V shape butt, and for whatever reason, I guess to give it more movement, so she can, but it doesn't really, because it still blocks right in there. Because the majority of the Black Series figures, their butt is looks like a butt, and you can't really move their legs backwards. You can only move them forwards and to the sides. She doesn't do a split much, but that just looks kind of funny. So I think maybe they should have stayed the same, because that little butt thing doesn't seem to work. Either way, you're not getting much articulation out of it. So I'm just going to go on the record and say I'll give her 8.5. Not quite perfect. So there's a new one coming out this week or next week of the ground crew trooper version. She has a helmet. I'm assuming you can put that helmet on her head. Otherwise, why give it to her? And or swap it out. Put different head on her. Which you could kind of do with this one probably. Take off her head and put the ground crew trooper's head on there. And take off the vest, and it would almost be the same thing if you took this part off. But yeah, I think they could have done a little bit better. These things cost $12.83, so it's cool to have super articulation, but I almost think it's better left in the package because it looks cool. But yeah, super articulated. I don't really have a whole lot of them because I didn't really collect. I stopped buying these things like in 2002 up until last year, I guess, when they started making, when they started talking about Force Awakens, and then I started collecting the 6-inch Black Series line. I got like a Commander Cody like this, and Mara Jade, and a couple of little small ones like this, but they came as like in a set that I bought on eBay with a whole bunch of 6-inch figures. So I never actually bought one until now. Just that one, and I was gonna get Admiral Akbar too, but I also got this one, General Lando, because it's been so long since they made a Lando. And I like this version of her too. The holster works really good. It comes out on the bottom, which I'm kind of surprised. On this one, it doesn't. There is a hole down there, but I tried to put her pistol in there, and it does not come out the bottom. It just kind of stays up top. So, unless you really want to force it in, but I wanted to make the long blaster anyways, or the rifle. Alright, so this video is getting a bit long, so like I said, I gave it 8.5, and then we're going to go ahead and do a review of this one, and then I'll compare them. Alright, thank you for watching, and see you later.